Yo people, welcome back to the channel, and it is Premier League Game Week 31 preview, and it's getting very tight at the top four race. Title race is even getting closer, and the relegation battle, we all know what's going on there. If you lose, you go down, or maybe you even go up, depending on the other results. So yeah, but I got two Arsenal fans with me to hopefully talk talk some to have some nerves about this West Ham game. Hopefully they have. Got Ollie here, Bia
Big up,
Purcell,
Hannah. Big up.
and then Manny.
Big up,
So
son. Big up, big up, big up.
big weekend. If you look, we've got some. Don't have really any teams that face off against each other. That's both in the relegation zone, but it's the top teams versus the bottom teams almost this weekend. And some good, interesting top four battles. So yeah, um, let's get straight into just some of the comments. Uh, be up yourself, Chelsea fan. Yeah, keep hitting that like button. Much appreciated. Be up yourself for rest. So yeah, first game, Aston Villa Newcastle. Now, if there's a fixture to look out for, it's this one. Early kickoff of and what's a game this is? It's third versus sixth. I don't know how the table looks. I will have a look now. But I believe if Aston Villa win, they could go above Bournemouth. I might be wrong. Let me just have a look. No, Aston Villa will close the gap within 3 points um, of Tottenham. I meant Brighton, not Tottenham. They already not Bournemouth. They're already above Brighton, so it could close the gap within 3 points of Tottenham. So it's an interesting one. So let me just get some stats for you guys up. In this game, of course, if we look, Aston Villa have not lost. Also are unbeaten in 7 matches. Away matches they are, home matches they are unbeaten in 3 matches. At home. They are in Newcastle after they beat Wolves. They've been flying. In the last 3 games, they have scored 9 goals and conceded 2 goals. They've been flying. Last time they lost on the road, except the Man City result, was a long time ago. Was Liverpool, the 51st. So they, I believe, they've lost 3 times, and 2 of those times was on the road, but it was to an impeccable City side. So and a Liverpool side. If we look head to head, Aston Villa home games, Newcastle have never beaten Aston Villa at Villa Park in recent history. Um, so yeah, Aston Villa drew 0-0 with Newcastle, 1-1, then a 2-0 Aston Villa all the way since that's since 2019 and 2021. So this is a tough one to call, really. I'm going to throw it out there. I think Aston Villa nicked this one. 2-1 Aston Villa. That's my prediction.
Ooh, what a bold call that is. Yeah, one thing which I can say about Newcastle is that although they are definitely capable of turning on the style against teams which, quite frankly, are, you know, not really worth their salt. Yes, West Ham, I'm talking about you lot. And I know we're playing you on Sunday. Get ready for another pasting. Your bubble's about to be burst. But when it comes to playing against teams which put up a fight against them and really, take it to them, they tend to struggle. Um, they did beat Manchester United at St James's Park, but as far as their away form is concerned, they've done pretty well. But I really don't have too much faith in their ability to be able to really get some good results against really good teams. And Unai Emery has literally turned Aston Villa from a team that was desperately fighting relegation when Steven Gerrard was sacked into a team that is now within touching distance of Europe and are also outsiders to even qualify for the Champions League if they have an absolutely amazing run in their remaining games this season. Um, they're going to an Aston Villa side that has just won 3 consecutive home games for the first time in several years. I want to say it might be about 15 or 16 years. And they're certainly under Unai Emery becoming a much stronger unit. Having said that, it must be noted that in their last game, I think they were put under a bit of pressure, but they withstood it quite well, and they were able to get the result that they needed. And certainly, it's good that they're able to withstand some good attacking play and also do well on the counter. And certainly with the 4-4-2 system, which isn't like the 4-2-3-1 or the 4-3-3 that is used by teams well above them. Unai Emery is a past master of being able to work with the resources at his disposal and tailor them to play to his formation and also play to his players' strengths. And the results have spoken for themselves. And his CV has also spoken for itself. This is going to be a bit of a tight game. A lot will certainly depend on whether the three-man Newcastle midfield of Longstaff, Willock, and I want to say Joe Linton. I don't know if Joe Linton is injured or not, but that midfield will have a tough time against Ramsey, McGinn, Buendia, and whoever plays in there. I think Camara is out with an injury, so that's probably a blessing in disguise because his ball control is not really the best. And Bailey is also not playing, so it might be Watkins and Duran who will play up front for Aston Villa. For Newcastle, it'll still be the 4-3-3. They're still going to rely heavily on Isak, Wilson, St. Maximin and company. Their forward line is quite fearsome. It is to be feared. But it's also going to be interesting to see how they come up against that resolute Aston Villa defence of theirs. This could very well be a tight game. And this is going to be a test of both these teams' European credentials. I think Aston Villa under Emery will probably have just about enough because Newcastle's lack of experience will probably, work against them in many ways. And certainly in that Aston Villa team, there are a lot of solid seasoned professionals who know how to win. So no clean sheet for Emi Martinez, but I think I'm going to go with you and Chelsea fan in the chat who are both predicting a 2-1 win. And if they continue to win, Aston Villa, watch out for them. They could be coming. They could be coming for the Champions League. And Hannah, you know how good Aston Villa are. Sorry to bring that up.
Yeah, no, I know. But Ollie, talk to me. Can
The
can Newcastle win for the first time in recent history and beat Aston Villa, or would it be another exciting 1-1 draw?
For me, I think Newcastle will break that curse. They're on better form than Villa at the moment. They've won 5 of their last games. Aston Villa have drawn 1-5. Obviously, you can back Villa because they are at home, and they got good form against Newcastle. Last time they played each other, they Newcastle won 4-0. So I'm it's not going to be similar to that, but Aston Villa will score probably an Ollie Watkins goal. I always say, with Fulham, it's always a Mitrovic goal, and with me, Aston Villa, it's usually always Ollie Watkins' goal. He'll score, but I back Newcastle in this game. Manny said it's not going to be a clean sheet for former Arsenal goalkeeper Emi Martinez, but yeah, they'll score 3-1 to Newcastle. I think a lot of people, go with the 2-1 score line. I'm changing up a bit. I'm being different to other people. I think Newcastle can bag 3. They put 5 past West Ham, 2 against Brentford. They can definitely make it 3. Probably goals from Joel Linton, Isak, maybe Willock from Arsenal player getting a goal. Nice to see Gunners doing well. Former Gunners doing well. But yeah, you got to back Newcastle in the game. Obviously, some people are backing Aston Villa. Fair enough, your choice. But yeah, I got to back Newcastle. And if they do win and United lose, they'll be comfortably in third. They are doing well at the moment, but I do predict them to go, dip out of the top 4 because you've got teams, like Man United and Tottenham, who I possibly think, Tottenham could probably easily go into the top 4. But yeah, 3-1 for me. As I say, goals from probably Isak and Joel Linton for Newcastle, Ollie Watkins as well for Aston Villa. I'm sorry, Bailey. Obviously, big up. We all know Bailey, Aston Villa fan, Bailey Francis. I do want to back Villa. Obviously, I will be happy if they win. Be good for United fans. Obviously, they can overtake them if they win. But I'm going with 3-1 Newcastle. I just think, they're doing well at the moment. They're going to keep a good streak going, win 6 games in a row. Yeah, I'm back in Newcastle to win 3-1.
Cool. That's a big scoreline from you. Yeah. So we move on to a game that I'm not looking forward to. Chelsea versus Brighton. I'm still going to watch the game in hope of a win or something. Not really any stats to go off. Brighton, they were dropped at Spurs, so they will be looking to come against revenge. We were awful against Real Madrid. So yeah, we need to do something in this game to just get a reaction. If that's the right word, can get something out of the players. We're on a 4-match goalless run. Haven't scored in 4 matches. What else? We are winners in how many games? Don't even know. In how many games? For Brighton, if they can win this, they go 4 points behind Tottenham and 1 point behind Aston Villa, or maybe above Aston Villa, depending on that result. But for Chelsea, if we lose this match, we then we could maybe see Crystal Palace just knocking on our door, because then they would be, depending on their game, if they win it, they're playing Southampton, which they could possibly win. If they win that match, they're only 3 points behind us. So yeah, and Wolves, they're only 8 points behind us. They're playing a Brentford side at home, which they could possibly beat, or get a draw. So we need to keep an eye out on the teams just below us. West Ham maybe still a stretch, but those 2 teams we need to keep an eye out. If we don't win this game, that's an if. But in saying that all, I think Brighton are gonna win. Don't think we're going to score any goals this match. I'm going to say 2-0. 2-0 Brighton. Could go maybe 3-0, but I won't go that far. Just said there 3-0. I think they will keep it respectable, but then again, they don't keep it respectable. We all know what happened last time. So yeah, let's go. Ollie, quick fire prediction for this one.
Quick fire prediction. Yeah, I'm going with obviously sorry to say, but you've got to back Brighton in this game. Chelsea on poor form. Lost against Wolves, drew against Liverpool, lost to Villa. yeah, not going well for you guys at the moment. You're sat 11th in the table, and as said, if Crystal Palace do win, they'll be 3 points behind you. And nothing will change in the well. You could overtake Fulham if you win, but yeah, I'm going with a 2-1. Brighton. I back you guys to score possibly a goal from maybe Kai Havertz or I don't know, someone in your team. And then with Brighton, I back Mitoma to score. Obviously, they did lose their last game against
Oh,
Tottenham.
it's gonna be. Oh,
Mm.
I forgot
Yeah,
to tell myself. Oh, he's
yeah,
gonna rip us apart.
yeah.
But he's
Mitoma
right to me
maybe
or
to get
left
the
winger.
double. He's in my fantasy team, so hopefully he can get a double for me. Chelsea, yeah, they'll nick a goal, but they'll lose and they'll keep their bad form going. It's not been a good season, a season to forget for Chelsea. Hopefully you go again next season. Obviously, nothing's going to happen this season. You're not going to get top four. You're not going to be relegated. You're not going to be in the top 7 or 6. So, yeah, you kind of want the season to end soon. Possibly try and get mid-table. That's probably what you're fighting for at the moment. But yeah, the season's a forget for Chelsea. You obviously next season you can possibly go top 6, hopefully, if you get good in the summer and stuff like that. But yeah, it's not going well for Chelsea.
Yeah,
Going with a 2-1 Brighton win, as said, Matoma 2 goals, and then for Chelsea, someone like Kai Havertz or someone like that. But Chelsea, I've backed them to win the last few game weeks, and this time I'm not backing them to win because yeah, they're not doing well. And Brighton, on the other
hopefully
hand,
we
are doing
win.
quite well.
Then
Yeah. But no, I
hopefully.
would like Chelsea to win this game. It'd be nice to see them win and hopefully Fulham lose so they can overtake them. But no, I've got to back Brighton in this game. Hopefully, Chelsea can prove me wrong and you guys can get a win. But yeah, 2-1 Brighton. Obviously, they're doing well this season as well. They're 7th. If they win and obviously Villa lose, they'll go up to 6th. So yeah, Brighton are having a great season. Chelsea, yeah, not looking good. But that's all from me. 2-1 Brighton.
2-1 Brighton. Manny, your quick prediction for this one.
I'm going to stick my neck out in here and say that Chelsea might actually, win. Because here's the thing about Brighton. They've actually had a really, really good season. But again, all teams are due a slight blip. And I think Brighton's might just be coming up. And Chelsea, obviously, they haven't started well in the Premiership and the Champions League, losing to Wolves and losing to Real Madrid. But I'm pretty certain that by the third game, Lampard will have thought of a combination to possibly try and grind out a result. And it could very well be that he won't make the same mistakes that Graham Potter has made. One thing which he has done, mind you, is actually brought Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang back out of the wilderness, although he can't use him in the Champions League, which is probably just
Yeah.
as well, because Real Madrid will probably end up knocking out Chelsea at Stamford Bridge and end that little chapter. But for the rest of the Premiership campaign, if Aubameyang can, get a few minutes off the bench and maybe a few starts, rediscover his touch, you could end up getting a few more goals. And goals have literally dried up. So I think there is a sign that Lampard is willing to change and try some things. I know that Ben Chilwell got sent off in Madrid, but that shouldn't affect his availability for the Premiership, I would imagine. So as long as James and Chilwell are your fullbacks, and you still have Thiago Silva still fighting fit and Koulibaly, as long as he sticks to a back four and not a ridiculous back five, that will at least provide Lampard some room with which he can, maneuver around the team and
No,
sort
no,
of.
no, no. Manny, I'm going to interrupt you there. Back three is needed. Back four is a no-go. So when we play back four, oh, the fence is open. These players have played on a back three majority of the time. Back four, they can't play back four. These players.
But the
So yeah,
problem is, if you want to play in the back five, apart from Thiago Silva and Koulibaly, who's your other centre back? Do you really want Cucurella in there?
no Fofana, Badashile.
Fair enough.
That's the options.
Fair
You
enough.
could
Fair enough.
so
Fair enough. Okay.
Chalaba.
Well.
What about him?
Oh yeah. Well, maybe with some players coming back, they could possibly, do something. And in front of the Stamford Bridge crowd, it's going to be Frank Lampard's first home game, and I think the boys are going to want to try and prove a point. Maybe they could end up, winning all three. So 2-1 to Chelsea. You can quote me on this.
Hopefully,
And of
Manny,
course,
goodness
hopefully.
me.
one of the last times I predicted, I mean, you were predicting a Chelsea Aston Villa win or a draw. I was the one who predicted that Villa would win. I wasn't expecting a clean sheet. So this is one time I'm sticking my neck out. I stuck my neck out the last time. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, hopefully. Next game is Everton versus Fulham. Everton must win game for them. If they lose this, Nottingham Forest or Leicester City can go above them. And Southampton could close the gap um, with them. So big game. If they win, they can go up all the way to 15th in the table. So it will be a massive one for them. So Fulham are very beatable right now. I believe their coach is back after the 4 match ban. Um, so yeah, but Everton they need to take advantage and pick up all 3 points just as West Ham did last week against Fulham. Um, I'm I'm gonna predict Everton win here. Um, and Sean Dyche they have been very good. Fulham will improve slightly at 1 point. I don't think now. I think it will be after the Mitrovic maybe, but they're going to have to cope with him. But him being back, it's going to be interesting to see with, of course, the coach back. So, but I'm gonna back 1 year. I'm going to say 2-1 Everton. Can't stick my neck out. Um, so yeah, only your prediction for this one.
Yeah, I think in this game I've gone with a shock prediction. I always like to do that sometimes. Yeah, I've gone with a 2-1 Fulham, I think. Mitrovic, if he is, I don't know if he is fit. I don't think he is.
No.
Um,
He's not
no,
playing Mitrovic and
yeah. Even without him, though, I think they'll still do well. Obviously, as I said, Everton, they are doing better with Sean Dyche. I do back them to stay up. It would be funny if they would go down, that they've been in the Premier League for so long. But yeah, with Everton, I do back them to obviously get a goal. Probably Damari Gray, because he's their only really attacking player in the squad at the moment. And I just back Fulham, man. They're higher in the table. Both teams aren't on very good form though. Fulham have lost the last four and drawn one, so they'd like to get back to winning ways. Same with Everton; they lost their last game, 1-1 and drew three in their last five. Pickford, great goalkeeper, obviously had a great game against Man United. Got 9 saves in that game. It could have easily been 4-5-6-0 to Man United in that game. Yeah, but I'm going to back Fulham in this one. Maybe a Willian goal or whatever. Yeah, 2-1 Fulham.
2-1 Fulham money.
I'm going to have to agree with Ollie here because, for Everton, obviously every game's a must-win game, and Ollie and I don't need to be reminded of how, as
Sean
Arsenal, we
Dyche.
went over there, we underestimated Sean Dyche horribly. Arteta deserves criticism for his team selection and his tactics, and we lost 1-0. But then Aston Villa beat them 2-0. And I just think that unless they get their 5-man midfield and their defence working, it's very hard to see where the goals will come from. And the loss of Anthony Gordon to Newcastle certainly has not helped them. Calvert-Lewin's still injured, so they have to depend on the likes of Gray and Mopé and anyone else who can come in and maybe, do a job. It's not really a pretty sight. Of course, Fulham have been looking very, very shaky of late, and if Willian plays, then we could end up either getting a masterclass or a disaster class from him. But I just think that Fulham will probably have the measure of Everton because they'll know how to withstand any kind of pressure from they can exert. And I know that Marco Silva will be very eager to try to give a good account of himself at the club which he managed before being replaced by Carlo Ancelotti. So 2-1 to Fulham for me. I just don't see Everton being able to pull out a win here.
Yeah. Manny, where can people find you? Of course, you need to go now. Oh,
Yeah,
so,
you can find me on Instagram at Manny Thungatherai 1981, on Twitter at Thungatherai 1981, and on YouTube you can find me on the Coach's Corner, obviously with you, Hanno. Also, Del Boy Gunner TV, S. Featley TV, Oris Talks Football, Tony Claude Gunner TV, Danny AFC TV, up the cherries in all departments, AFC Talk Show TV, where I'll be going right now, and several other channels where I've made appearances. Can't really think of them right now, but I'll send them a check in the
Me.
post. And yep, big up to you as well. I will look to come on your stream
Yep.
as well very soon. I will let you know. And
Mhm.
always happy to talk about football in a respectful manner with like-minded people. It's not about banter. It's about intelligent, educated discussion, and that's the way it should be. So, big up to Hanno, big up to everyone in the chat. You're the ones who make this video and the channel what it is. Do please subscribe to the Coach's Corner and click the bell button for notifications. I'll hope to see you again soon on this channel, but for now, I'm out.
yeah,
Big up,
cheers, Manny.
Manny.
Ollie.
Yeah, of course. Big up Hanno for having me on. Big up the chat as well. Rest, of course, joining his stream at 8 o'clock. Make sure you don't miss that. And of course, also big up to AFC Talk Show, which me and Manny will be hopping on in about a minute's time. So make sure after this stream you go check it out. Talking about it's going to be a big shit show. So Arrest will be there. I think other few people from different teams. Yeah, you can also catch me. I haven't been there for a while, but catch me on Villa TV. Bailey Francis, big up yourself. Also, big up Arrest Talks Football, 8 p.m. on there. Yeah, also catch me on a few other channels, of course, in here, Coach's Corner. Sorry if I haven't mentioned you. If you want to catch me on my channel, DJ Sinclair, as it says down there, on the road. I think we're 2 away at the moment from 1,060, so let's try and get that soon. Make sure you watch back my videos for public watch hours. So basically, just have a stream up or watch some of my old videos. And yeah, also, if you want to catch me on other social like Instagram, my main account is ollie.sinclair556, 50 away or 49 away from 700. And then on my Aaron Ramsdale fan page, on the road, well, just hit 400, on the road nearly to 514 away. And I'm also 3 away from 400 on my TikTok, Ollie's Epic 556. Yeah, that's basically it. I do say if you want any other socials like Snapchat or like Xbox or PlayStation, currently no Twitter or Facebook, but that's where you can find me. Big up Hanno, big up Manny as well. Big up the chat and love to come. Obviously, love to come on here. Love to come on the next stream, hopefully. Yeah, big up Hanno, mate. Loved always come on your channel. Make sure you check out my channel as well. But as I said, yeah, in about a minute's time or next after this, I will be joining FC Talk Show and a rest stream later at 8 p.m. So I've got a few streams today. Make sure you check them all out. And I'm out. See you guys.
See you guys. Be up yourselves. Yeah. See you guys in a bit. So, next game is Everton back. Uh, not Everton versus Fulham. Southampton versus Crystal Palace. That's the next game. And this one, if there's a mid-table clash, it's nothing like this. But Southampton ain't anymore in mid-table. They're now in the relegation zone. They need this one. They need to beat Crystal Palace at home. It's a must win. Every game is now a must win, but this one is even more important for them. Was they're playing a team that's of course on fire, scored 5 goals versus Aston Villa. Nobody expected that. Oh, sorry, not Aston Villa, Leeds United. Nobody expected that. So Crystal Palace will be flying. Second game on the road for them. 2 games unbeaten. Of course, since Roy came in, they haven't lost. At Saint at Saint Mary's, Crystal Palace have only won twice. So in recent history, so this is a tough one to call. Two previous games they have beaten Southampton. Last time Southampton beat them was last season. Yeah, it was last season. So yeah, this one is a difficult one. I'm going to back the Palace boys again. 2-0 Southampton. At home, it's usually a draw recently. Then again, they did lose. I'm going to make it 3-1 Palace. 3-1 Palace. So yeah, that's my prediction. For that game, I'll go through Chelsea fans' predictions right now. Zach, I'm just quickly doing these. Um, no, I want this one up. What did he say? 2-1. So we've said the same predictions. Almost in every game. I said 2-1 Fulham. He said 3-0 Brighton. I said 2-0 Brighton. I said 2-1 Everton. So one way we are off, but two games where we have been spot on. Tottenham versus Bournemouth, of course. Bournemouth, they are right now they're winning or losing. Last time they drew a match was against Newcastle, the 11th. Haven't drawn a game in 8 games. Their away form 3 out of 15th, not the best. Tottenham escaped somehow with a win against Brighton. They haven't lost at home since the Arsenal result, so they are very good at home in recent form. Would say they sneak a 1-0 or 2-0. So yeah, I'm going to back them 2-0 to Tottenham. Let's check. Yeah, Bournemouth have not beaten Tottenham in recent years. Um, so this should be a clear Tottenham win 2-0 to Spurs. This would be a massive one for them if we look at the table. They will go above United depending on that United result. Get to that United one in a bit. Now, this game, Wolves versus Brentford, for me, we agree on this one too, Chelsea fan. Tottenham Bournemouth, I've got to put that up. But yeah, Wolves Brentford. For me, this is probably the the most difficult game to predict. Brighton, no, sorry, Brentford have gone off the boil somewhat. If you look at their form, I've drawn 2 games in a row, then lost 2 games in a row against United and Newcastle. No shame in that, but I've gone off it a bit. And Wolves are fairly solid, but are dependent on clean sheets since they don't score many themselves. But Wolves, they kept a clean sheet as Chelsea. They were magnificent as Chelsea, so they're going to reap lots of confidence. Feel like Brentford will probably get a goal. I think Wolves are going to be tricky one. I'm going to say a 1-1 draw. A 1-1 draw in this game. I'm sticking it on. And now Game Pro, one of the most predictable games there is this season. And that's Leicester City. Manchester City. Let's just check Wolves Brentford predictions. 2-0 Brentford. So first one we completely disagree on, or second one. Leicester City. Let's check. So Leicester City usually gets a goal in this. I'm going to say 4-1. 4-1 to them. Let me see. Yeah, 4-1. 4-1 Leicester. Sorry, 4-1 City. So next game is we move to Sunday. Just since it's 6-0, 6-0. Jeez. Next one is a tough one to call. It's West Ham versus Arsenal. Arsenal, of course, they drew versus Liverpool. It felt like a loss, but it's a tough one to call this one really. With them, they beat Fulham 1-0. They're going to get confidence from that. Going back to the London Stadium. Last time they did beat Arsenal was in 2019. Only then. Um, but except that it's been all Arsenal. So this is a tough one. I think Arsenal usually respond very good after a tough loss or game, and I'm saying 2-1 to Arsenal. I agree there with Chelsea fan. So 2-1 Manchester. So next game is Manchester United. Be up yourself, Gamer Lemon. Be up, mate. Hope you are well. Um, yeah, 2-0 West Ham. Interesting. An interesting prediction from you there. Yeah. Who do you support, mate? Who do you support? Interesting to know who you support. But yeah, next game is Forest vs Manchester United. Now, this is only an interesting game because Varane and Lissandro Martinez might be out and might be missing a few games. Definitely, Lissandro Martinez will be out for the rest of the season, likely. Don't know about Rafael Varane. He might be in, he might be out. It's tough to call. I'm going to back. I'm going to back United 2-1. It's gonna be a tricky one for them. Maybe a late winner. But I expect them, similar to Newcastle, get in there, get out of there as quick as possible. So yeah, I think that's what they're going to do really. Get in, get out as soon as possible. So yeah, let's Leeds United versus Liverpool is the next game. And again, Liverpool, the question is, can they turn up like they did against Arsenal? Or somewhat? For Leeds United, I don't know, last time Leeds United done a double over them. Might try and find it out, but Leeds United did beat Van Dijk's record this season at Anfield. Could we see something similar happening this weekend? I'm, I'm just going to check. Last time Leeds United done the up over. Um, Leeds United are looking for only the second ever Premier League double over Liverpool, previously achieving that feature in a 2001 campaign. So Leeds United, can they do it? That's a big question. If you look at recent history, Liverpool swept them up 3-0 and a draw. I think Leeds, they're gonna want to respond. Liverpool, they usually when they get a big win, something they don't respond as good. You look, they beat City, then they beat West Ham, then they lost to Forest and Leeds. Um, so yeah, so they've a very tricky team. This Liverpool side, very or like they beat Newcastle 2-1, then draw to Everton 0-0. Like explain that. So they are a tricky side. Liverpool, I'm going with high score 2-2 prediction. So yeah. So yeah. But yeah, that's it. If you missed any of my predictions, go check. We'll quickly read them out. 2-1 Aston Villa, 2 Brighton, 2-1 Everton, 3-1 Palace, 2-0 Tottenham, 1-1 Brentford, 4-1 City, 2-1 Arsenal, 2-1 United, and 2-2 Liverpool Leeds United game. So yeah, be up everyone, and I will see you all in a bit. Peace.